Washington is closely monitoring internal processes in Putin's entourage and believes that the escalating conflict among Russian elites can be used to increase pressure on the Kremlin, Foreign Policy writes, citing American experts. As the military and economic costs of the war in Ukraine mount, elite groups in Moscow are fighting to maintain privileges while seeking ways to deflect blame for failures. The Kremlin is responding with an unprecedented redistribution of wealth to its most loyalists, turning politics into Russia's version of the prisoner's dilemma: publicly display loyalty while quietly undermining rivals. The New York Times reported yesterday that Dmitry Kozak, deputy head of the Russian presidential administration, had this year called on Putin to stop the war and start peace talks, as well as to limit the powers of the Russian secret services. He quickly fell out of favor with Putin. It is also reported that the Russian elites are shocked by the suicide of the former Minister of Transport of the Russian Federation and ex-governor of the Kursk region, Roman Starovoit, and seriously fear for their lives. His suicide was a protest against the Kremlin. There are growing doubts about Putin among the Russian elite, and this is noticeable. According to Foreign Policy, the US strategy may be to selectively increase pressure on the architects of the war while offering a way out to those distancing themselves from the Kremlin. Such an approach could deepen mistrust between the groups and exacerbate the crisis within the regime. Analysts believe that targeted sanctions and a willingness to negotiate on realistic terms should strengthen the feeling among elites that the war is unwinnable and ruinous for them personally. The internal tension in Russia is confirmed by the arrests and mysterious deaths of high-ranking officials and businessmen since 2022. At least 27 top managers associated with key industries have died under unclear circumstances. More than 120 cases have been opened against high-ranking officials for the corruption, embezzlement, and disloyalty in 2024. Although the system is built to protect the president, the elites increasingly understand that the war, which began as a project for Putin's personal triumph, has turned into a threat to their future. And if the US continues economic pressure and political isolation, the process of division may become irreversible.
The footage of a Ukrainian-made aircraft-type drone crashing into a residential building in the Russian city of Rostov has been released. As a result of the strike, an explosion and destruction occurred in the building. It should be noted that the drone was brought down by electronic warfare systems, which caused it to lose control and crash into the building. As a result of the incident, there were injuries among the residents of the building.
Параплан. Это может и беспилотник, глянь. Глянь, хуярит в дом, смотри. Глянь, хуярит в дом, блядь. Сука.
Some people were injured in an explosion in a residential buildings in the center of Rostov-on-Don, the Shot Telegram channel reported. According to Shot, the drone crashed into a roofs, damaging at least 10 apartments. Shot clarified that a drone of the armed forces of Ukraine crashed into the residential building, which was followed by an explosion. An explosion in the center of Rostov-on-Don occurred on August 14 amid a missile threat declared in the city. According to Shot, the preliminary cause of the explosion was an attack by a Ukrainian drone. The channel's authors learned that the strike hit a residential building, after which a cloud of smoke rose into the sky. Emergency services are working at the scene. Several apartment buildings in Rostov-on-Don were damaged as a result of a drone attack. Acting governor of the Rostov region of the Russian Federation Yuri Slyuser reported this. As a result of a UAV attack in Rostov, several apartment buildings on Telmana and Lermontovskaya streets were damaged. Emergency services and representatives of the Rostov administration have left for the scene, the statement says. Meanwhile, RT reports that several people were injured as a result of a drone strike on a residential building in Rostov-on-Don. According to information from public groups, 50 people were evacuated from the house. According to eyewitnesses, the sound of a moped, typical of a UAV, was heard before the explosion.
Это просто хардкор. Жесть. Жесть. Раненый он уже.
Погнали, погнали, Влад, народу стреляйте. Глянь, ебать.
Да, вон кусок дрона. Валяется. Просто посмотрите, в соседних домах повыбивало окна, стекла. Здесь вообще жесть происходит. Вот, тушат пожар.
Газ, что ли, здорово?
Дрон прилетел.
Где, куда?
Вот в этот дом прилетел, в крышу. Сбоку,
Слышь?
вон, видите, сбоку. Смотрите. Жесть. Ребята, такая жесть. Посмотрите, все разбито. Все разбито.
Пиздец, бомбнуло просто только что.
Бля, там... А, в крышу влетел, гля. Разбился дом. Вон. Пиздец, прямо рядом с нашим домом.
Охереть.